Hey guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. Are you into creepy and weird? You must be a goon. Welcome back. If you're like Teddy, what the hell is a goon? So we have a thing around here. We do longer form reactions. I actually watched the video alongside you guys. And if that is something you're into, interact with the video. Click on thumbnails, future thumbnails again. And I will proudly call you a goon because that's what we're doing. We're building a goon gang and it's going to be great. The Ganja Goons gang is growing like anything. Right now we're 2 members strong. Shout outs to Heist and XX Living Dead Girl. We're trying to get to 8 members. That's going to help push me in the algorithm even more. So if you want to help support the channel, consider becoming a member. Come join the Ganja Goons gang and support even more. Guys, we're doing more strange, weird, scary, terrifying, odd, literally for you page content. Let's see what we have in store today.
I tell people, hey, you're a peasant. They're like, I'm not a peasant. Okay, you're worse than a peasant. You're a fiat slave. In the 16th century, when feudal lords used to own land, the peasants would come. They would work on the land in exchange for what? Food, safety, security, and a place to live. But the peasants only worked 150 days out of the year. The rest of the year, they had free. They kind of did whatever they wanted. They didn't work during the winter. So why is it that all these free people are working 300 days out of the year and have nothing to show for it except the exact same things that the slaves, or the peasants back in the day had to show for it, which was food, maybe a little bit of security, maybe not if you're in London and home that you don't even own, because whether it's the bankers or the people that understand how to control individuals realize that it's a lot better and easier to have a slave work for you under the premise that they're free and that they're working for themselves than to whip them into submission. Because
oh my god, it's like, hey, we're already part of the profit system, so we just got to give them the what is it, like the illusion of they are being free and they're making free choices, when in reality they got us right from the entire get-go. Oh god, here we go again. We're getting right into it, Teddy. Come on now. No, but this is a true thing. It's like we think, hey, our choices are some people think predetermined, some people think, hey, it's free, regardless of where you lie in the spectrum. Regardless where you lie in the spectrum, you're gonna go, hey, I'm doing this on my own will, or hey, I already know this choice, right? And the guy's like, hey, I don't want to be a person that's being a physically a slave, right? I'm trying to be within the YouTube terms of service, but regardless, I like what this guy is saying. We're gonna keep it going. Oh my god, that was only the first video.
Proof dimensions are starting to mesh together.
If you remember watching Shazam in the 90s with Sinbad the actor, well, the movie never existed.
You all remember a movie called Shazam with Sinbad playing a genie?
You know what? The movie was never real. It was the rumor started in 2009. I don't know where it came from. But it's not real.
Millions of people remember watching this movie, but it never existed. Apparently, it's a Mandela effect, a collective false memory of something that a lot of people remember, but it never happened. Just like, for instance, the Mandela effects of the Monopoly guy with the monocle, the Berenstein Bears with an E, and George the monkey with the tail. These things never happened. And the thing is, I recently found videos of people who actually have a VHS tape of the Shazam.
I still don't
movie.
understand the whole issue with this movie Shazam, with Sinbad.
If it never existed, how come a lot of people still have the VHS tape? Are we in a different timeline? Time travel? Parallel universe? What's going on?
But yet, it never existed.
Strange, isn't it? But it gets even stranger. I found an original scene from the Shazam movie. In it, several Mandela effects.
What are you doing? Dad could have thrown out all of Mom's stuff. He just could have. James, there's got to be something he forgot here. Something real we can remember her by.
George the monkey with the tail. What?
Hey, we have our memories. They're real. No one can take that from us. Yeah. Clean this up. Can you imagine if Dad saw this mess?
really help, darling.
Bless you. What is that?
Berenstein Bears with an E. What? Nelson Mandela died at 68. What?
Took you long enough, Tina? Wait, you're not Tina.
Kidnapper! Wait, you know her mom?
To make me my own dinosaur.
Last but not least, Carmen Sandiego with a yellow suit. Why would someone leave so many Mandela effects inside of a movie that never existed? What is going on here? Time travel or what?
Bro, I know about the last one. That movie was like a part of a skit on the thing. But I come from a universe where it was Berenstein. Guys, I'm like, bookworm back in the day. I loved the Berenstein Bears books. And now in my current reality, it's Berenstain. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? My hair, I'm trying to keep it up with the headphones, but it actually hurts doing that. So I did it for one video, and I'm like, I kind of felt good. It kind of like felt like I was in the zone, but now I'm like, nah, go back to normal. Regardless, sorry, ADHD. The Sinbad script that was played, I think, is just a skit. It's definitely playing on the things, but I loved all the Mandela effects they put in there, especially Carmen Sandiego. I remember the yellow suit. I thought there were different suits that she wore for the different games, but now they're like, nah, it's only a red one now. I'm like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? And then for me, Curious George never had a tail. It's always been like that in my universe, at least the ones I've hopped into. Yeah, interesting. We're going to keep it going.
One of the biggest scams of the US dollar is thinking that $1 US has always been worth $1 US. In the 40s, you could buy a house for a couple $1,000s.
Yeah.
1-2 years of working at a regular factory, you could buy a home.
On a single income, too.
Exactly. So nowadays, you can't even buy a house with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years worth of work. Plus, you have income tax, which is another scam that we can go ahead and talk about. And it's not the thing that things are getting more expensive. It's that your money is becoming worthless.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're not just stealing your money, they're stealing the value of your work, the value of your hour, your energy, because now you have to work twice as hard, extra hours in order to have the same lifestyle you used to have. So you need to hedge yourself with assets that protect your purchasing power, that protect the energy that you initially input into some things. And one of them is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bro, I love this. I love this. That's exactly, my head was like, Crypto Goon, smoke that like button. I remember, guys, this is my second channel. I started from crypto. Crypto has changed the Goons' lives, has changed my life. I definitely am so pro-crypto. I'm totally biased for pro-crypto future. The crypto future. Oh my God, I'm saying the channel name. Oh God, that's how I came up with it. No, but like in all reality, this guy is speaking the truth. If the US dollar falls, if we have another replacement, if there's a change in the fiat currency system, when we go into the digital currency world, there is no way that these guys are going to try and enter decentralized finance. I know this sounds crazy. Goons, stick with me. Start smoking the like button. You should have already smoked the like button on the way in. I know, I see you, true goons. It's like within the hour, there's already like 60 goons smoking. Like, I appreciate you guys like anything. Now we need to get the members numbers up so I can keep going in this algorithm. So true goons, please help support the channel. Consider becoming a member. And no pressure. If you can't, I completely understand. I'm just trying to work with these YouTube metrics and grow. Need to get to 8. That is right now the level that they said. Regardless, I totally relate to this video. I am pro-crypto. I do believe if the dollar falls, or if the BRICS currency that is going to be a blockchain narrative, or whatever it may be when they roll it out, and all these other currencies now pop up and may devalue or lessen the value of the dollar, hey, I'll have a stable realm where governments and centralized banks cannot play too much into the corruption of the price actions that we'll see on the crypto side. So I'm going, hey, they're not in there already. It's like a 3 trillion market right now. So I'm feeling pretty, or 2 2 to 3 trillion market right now, so I'm feeling pretty good. This is early. By the time they catch on and they're like, damn it, everyone's moving to crypto or digital currencies, it'll be too late for them, and we can reap the benefits. So I still think it's early for crypto. Regardless, this isn't about crypto. Oh my God, stop talking about crypto, Teddy. You have a whole different channel for that. I know. I just love crypto so much. Can't you tell? All right, we're going to keep it going. I'm sorry. The algorithm is learning. I got to get away from the crypto videos.
Explain something. Why is it when we lie to the government, it's considered a felony, but if the government lies to us, it's just called politics?
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh, you lied under oath. Oh, man, that's another 5 years for you, Teddy. Wait, what the hell? I haven't even been in the court system. Yo, Nathan was spreading some facts today. I was reading some of the comments, and he's like, the reason judges wore black wasn't because of all this, like, Saturn stuff that I reacted to. It's because during executions, if they got blood on their robes, black covered the blood. And I'm like, bro, what the hell? How do you know this stuff? Dude, the guy's full of knowledge, man, and all these, like, weird cryptic things. Freaking love you, Nathan. Shout out to you, buddy. Let me think. Yeah, this is eye-opening. Definitely, we've been down this path. It's like, hey, we know all the CIA war secrets that come out 20 years later, and we just go, all right, let's keep it going. We're not going after them CIA agents. We're not going after anybody, you know? We're just continuing on. All right, interesting.
And just to give you an idea how significant spinning is, spinning is the ultimate technique to open every single chakra. By spinning, you can enter trances. You can enter spiritual... guys, you have to do this. This is something we have forgot about doing. If you want to open your chakras, if you want to become psychic, if you want to use your third eye, which is connected to your thymus gland, and your thymus gland is connected to your vestibular system. So if you want to use your third eye, if you want to be more psychic, if you want to use your brain, you have to spin. Spinning is one of the best exercises to train your brain to rewire itself, to become more structured, to be more synchronized, and it just helps all the connections there. Okay? Like I said, your vestibular system is the communication center of the body. When this is at a high activity, all the chemical reactions in the body is more expedited. Everything is working smoothly, more faster, more efficient. This chakra is powered by movement. You need to stay active. You need to move. You need to stimulate your vestibular system. And the only thing that stimulates it is spinning, flipping, turning upside down, swinging, all types of movements. Don't become an adult. Don't become stagnant. Instead, remain infinite. Be the child of divinity that you are. Be the child of God that you are. Keep moving and keep being divine. Okay? Now...
Wow. This is quite interesting. So you guys know, the goons know, I am a person where all my chakras are open. I've been to multiple Reiki sessions, and multiple Reiki masters have told me my chakras are open and I should really consider becoming a Reiki instructor as well and go through the thing. I'm like, nah, I don't want this cash grab right now. But regardless, I do believe that they are open. I have quite a very neutral life, and I think it's because of me just being so neutrally passive. Passive aggressive? No, I'm not. Well, I am sometimes passive aggressive. Regardless. Oh my God, why does this always turn into Teddy time now? Spinning. My daughter has recently been spinning, and I see her doing it. I'm like, dude, what is causing her wanting to do it? She doesn't do it till she gets dizzy. She like has a point of like, I'm good with like, she'll spin 2 or 3 times, and it's been the other way once. Or like, you know, find different ways. Now I'm going like, you know, she can't communicate to me, but maybe she's like unlocking her inner chakras by doing the spinning technique for herself, and it's just her way of opening up. I'm not sure why my chakras are open. I do know Reiki masters can unblock chakras. There's different ways without touching you that they unblock them. And there's ways you can unblock chakras yourself, you know, if your chakras are blocked. There's very quick techniques to figure out if your chakras are blocked. If this is something you're interested in, I would definitely explore more. But, you know, for what I figured out today, this is an interesting thing. I like the Om in the background, and I definitely consider spinning as an interesting aspect. But when he said the whole third eye thing, I was like, dude, third eye? What the hell, third eye? Like, I thought it was the pineal gland. You know, I thought that was the third eye. And you have to prevent it from being calcified, and that's how it worked. But now, oh boy, I don't know. We're going to keep it going.
I'm Don Pettit. I'm a NASA astronaut, and I'm on the International Space Station. I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
The kinds of technologies that we're testing out on Space Station are definitely helping us with our goals of going beyond low Earth orbit. So we have a really robust exploration program at NASA. We're also really pushing the boundaries in terms of where we're going forward with exploration. I think humans are naturally driven to do this, and this is really the beginning, I think, of human beings leaving low Earth orbit. I certainly plan on being around to see that.
To destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually.
Early in the next decade, a set of crewed flights will test and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. Yeah, what happened to all those astronauts that landed on the moon, Teddy? At this point, goons, you are smart enough. We have seen enough videos to know that NASA has faked these moon pictures and videos before, and it definitely were into photoshopping, a different type of photoshopping back then, but they were CGI'd, you know, they manipulated what they showed us, and now we're at the point of like, hey, we gotta take back what we rolled out there, and like, hey, why can't we leave lower Earth orbit now? And even this astronaut Don, which I've seen in multiple documentaries and compilations of him going, hey, we can't get back to the moon. We lost the tech to do it. It sounds hilarious. It sounds hilarious. We had 12 people that went up there in different spacecrafts, and we can't even do it today. Then you know they've been lying to us since the beginning. You guys got to wake up. I woke up. I came to this realization. What is this? Number 92 here? I don't know what number. Regardless. 91? God damn, it's probably 92. At this point, I'm recording so fast I can't even... I'm like, dude, goons need videos. Goons need videos. Channel's actually growing. The true goons went back and they watched like some of the older videos. So now I see like my viewership is going up. Bro, you guys, bros, gals, whatever you identify as, I appreciate you guys like anything. And we are going to keep this going. I wish I could do this every day. But right now it's like, you know, it's a little hard. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, how did we start talking about this? What the hell? I just love you guys. That's why. I love you goons. All right, let's keep it going.
The reason you can't meet the recruitment goals is because these young men have already voted with their fucking feet. They're not going to fucking fight. And the fact that you think you're going to get the women to fight, let me put it to you this way. It was one thing when you oppressed us with unbelievable fucking taxes. One thing, because we were living in nice homes and still eating pretty good. It's another thing when you spied on us to the degree that you did and made us realize that we don't have any freedom. It's another thing when you not only wrecked the fucking economy, but you fucking did it in such a way where you spent so much fucking money that went to special interest groups that the people never had a chance to benefit from it. And now, when you have people that are homeless eating canned goods out of the back of their fucking car, you know what? They may do that for themselves, but their kids are not going to go through that. Motherfucker, you're going to find out what people will do for their fucking children. You protect women and children because it's the societal norm. It has nothing to do with being sexist or unequal in any way. The fact is, you should always protect people that are weak of themselves and always stand up for the right fucking thing. And the right fucking thing here is, if my daughter is going to be in a war, she's not going to have to go to a fucking foreign country to fight it. Fuck your taxes, fuck your withholding, fuck your FEMA, fuck your IRS, fuck you, fuck your corrupt Congress, fuck your corrupt presidents, fuck your entire election process. You know, I could go on forever, but let's face it, the world's not going to live that long before a fucking meteor solves a problem for us. So, fuck you. And if anybody doesn't like what I'm saying...
I love this guy. Yo, this dad has lived through a lot. He has seen the things. He knows, Teddy. Yes, absolutely, sir. I completely feel what you're feeling. Yes. And you know, I come from a thing where when the men who were the ones who were the soldiers, who were the knights, you know, in historical times, they didn't put the woman in the battlefield, right? And now we're in this whole equality, pro-feminine, feminist type era. And, you know, hey, the women are right alongside the men, but in reality, the woman can support in different ways. You know, back in the day, they were in the factories making the ammunition, doing whatever different ways they could help from home for their loved ones that were fighting for their countries. And now this whole fighting for the countries, this whole thing, I wish there could be peace across the world, and there was no fighting, and there was no violence, there was nothing, just straight passive resistance, you know, just total political debates. And unfortunately, that is not the reality I currently live in. I'm a manifest that one day we'll get there, but I understand this guy's dilemma. Even I myself would probably not tell my daughter to go, you know, to foreign territories to fight for the good of a nation. But if, you know, she can support in different ways, and I'm not condemning anyone. I respect all armed servicemen. They are doing great work. They're the reason many nations continue to have the freedoms that they have. It's because of your military. It's because you have that power. And I'm not relating any nation over any others. I completely understand each nation has their own political systems and the reasons for their military. And whatever those reasons may be, you know, I think this guy's hitting on a very solid point. I think he is. All right, let's keep it going. Oh my God, getting so emotional now that I have a daughter.
You know, the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller. Please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Bro, we are human beings. Our lives do have value. I respect you goons like anything, and I understand this guy. I don't know where this clip is from, but bro, it hits, bro. It hits. Why am I calling you guys bros all of a sudden? Where is this coming from, Teddy? What's going on with you today? Are you in your feels? Are you feeling this, Teddy? What's going on? But, you know, it's just so real. It's like, dude, back in the day, you know, 1970s, you know, before my even family got here, you know, we're a true immigrant family. We came over here. We got naturalized. We went through the process. But you think about it, we had to do so much, you know. Back in the day, not really. You know, one person could be sustaining an entire family based on, you know, the income that they received. And now in this current modern world, even myself, I'm doing so many side things. You know, I even have this YouTube. I have 2 YouTubes. I'm trying to get as much financial freedom as I can in order to continue having the needs that I want. But the system is so flawed. You know, this taxes, this whole corruption, you know, the food that we eat, everything is against me. I'm like constantly, even when you think you're making healthy choices, the food that you're eating has pesticides, has issues, has red 40, has all these things, and I can't even make smart decisions. Everything is out to poisonous. It's infuriating, but it's like, how am I supposed to revolt? How are we supposed to say anything? Where is that systematic change going to come from? So I'm at the point of like, I'm manifesting a better world, manifesting a better future. And if that means, hey, currently my wife doesn't work and I got to keep working, got to do multiple jobs to keep this income going, then that's what I got to do, you know. And I understand some people are going to get mad. They're going to hate the system. But I'm at the point that I can't hate the system. I don't have the finances to hate the system and revolt and protest. I gotta figure out how to work in the system so I can make more and keep, my wife at home so she can take care of the daughter. Otherwise, my wife gotta work, and then we gotta find daycare. And it's like a whole different thing, and that changes the family dynamic, and it's like finding the right thing. Why is this turning into therapy? What is going on today? Oh my god. All right, we're gonna keep it going. I'm so sorry. I totally feel that video, man. You guys have no idea. I definitely triggered some things. Interesting. What the hell?
Have you ever felt someone staring at you from across the room and you look up and sure enough someone is staring at you? Well, I just read about why that actually happens. I read an article about this girl who said she studied the principles in this old book from 1924 and she manifested winning $200,000. So naturally I bought the book because I wanted to know how she did it. And I got way more than I bargained for. This is the book, Scientific Healing Affirmations. It was written by an Indian monk and yogi named Paramahansa Yogananda. And the book strives to explain how everything is energy. He says the vibration of consciousness is so subtle that it cannot be detected by instruments. However, consciousness can detect consciousness, which explains why we can feel when someone's looking at us. It also explains how psychics or mediums can potentially pick up on energy left from someone who lived in a particular room. But if you're trying to manifest something into your life, there are specific details on how to do it. This is what he says to do. First, do it immediately after you wake up or right before you go to bed. As you repeat the affirmation, first you do it loudly, and then you do it quieter and more slowly until you're just doing it mentally and not moving your lips at all. You do it until you feel an increased sense of joy and calm. This is the state that you need for your subconscious to accept the affirmation as true. You want to be sitting facing north or east, and you want to concentrate on this space right between your eyes. You want to keep your spine erect and your chest high, and you want to remain motionless as you do this. It's important to note to go into this knowing that all physical states are changeable. And this is the affirmation that you want to repeat to yourself. You can pause it here to read this or write it down. There are other affirmations in this book for other things, but I will be doing this specific one every single day.
Yo, I'm a big person in manifesting things. I personally feel like I've manifested many things. I've even sometimes known information that prior to it even occurring, just like from straight, I don't even know what to call it, perception. It's just weird. And this lady is talking about, hey, there's an Indian yogi monk, he did all things. I'm Indian myself. Trust me, I've gone through all these things, guys. I can do the Indian sit. I can do the crow position. I can do all these yoga positions. And even for the weight that I'm at, oh, Teddy, you're so obese. How are you doing the crow? Buddy, I can do the freaking crow position, all right? Relax. I'm real good with balance. It must be in the genes or something. It's just yoga just comes naturally to the Indian guys and gals. I don't know why. Probably because, it was like in our culture, right? Regardless, this lady is definitely hitting on true things. And I do believe that if you put that thought out there, if you start envisioning it, you are going to get to the goals, and not ridiculous goals, you guys. You are going to have to do some things for those affirmations to come true. I still see myself in a Lamborghini. It's going to happen. I've been envisioning it for now like 4 years, right? So at some point, I do hope I get that Lamborghini. I don't care. I want that Lamborghini, buddy. Look at how many Lamborghini things I have, all around me, huh? Hey, shout out to Tampa's Hot Wheels yet again. Oh, boy, Tampa, what are we going to do? Oh, man, one day. I'm thinking the Urus. I really like the SUV, even if it's like battery model. I know not everyone's gonna agree with the battery, but like all the automakers are going to battery, so I feel like Lamborghini's gonna go to battery too. So it's like, why would they not? Otherwise, their car goes inferior because the battery clearly outpaces them, right? And if it's about the speed, sometimes it's not about the speed, Teddy. Sometimes it's about the looks and the sound of the motor. Regardless of what it may be, I just want the brand. I've always envisioned it. It is something I want to manifest. Let's see if I can make it happen. This will be the true test. What number is this? Is this number 92? Nikita. Mark it down. Teddy, number 92, started manifesting Lambos every day. All right, we're going to keep it going. Oh, boy.
Did you know one of the most mysterious ancient sites in all of Egypt is not open to the public? I'm going to try and give you a little rundown about what the Assyrian is, what we know so far, because it's a real head scratcher. Nobody knows who built it, when, or why. Like, what actually is it? So, let's get into it. Way down the bottom of the River Nile, there is a place called Abydos in Egypt, which is one of the most ancient places in Egypt, we can find 1st and 2nd dynasty graves there. So people were here 5,000 plus years ago, maybe even more, and it's just a super old place. Right. In Abydos, there is a temple called the Temple of Osiris, or Seti the First temple complex, which actually isn't that old. The temple there is dated to around the Middle Kingdom. We know who built it, we know why, no mystery there. What is mysterious though is that around the back, below the ground level of the Temple of Osiris, we find a thing called the Osirian, meters below the ground level of the surface of the temple above. Are you with me? This is looking down from ground level. This is how deep into the ground the Osirian goes. There is a mysterious temple complex deep into the earth. And don't let the photo before confuse you about how big this site is. It is huge. We are talking huge megalithic pillars built deep into the earth. Each of these are cut from one block of granite, and they are estimated to be weighed around 70 tons each. And originally there was pillars, and as you can see the blocks on the top, they would have gone over to create like a roof. This is just the top of what would be a 5-story complex going into the ground. Just for size reference, this is me. I'm nearly 6 foot tall in these platforms. Look how tiny I look next to these huge, massive granite pillars. Also note that there is not a scratch of decoration in the entire complex. It is all minimal, it is all megalithic. It kind of doesn't look Egyptian. You know what I mean? Now, it's not just the impressive stonework that makes the Osirian incredibly interesting. Notice the nubs above here, but it's the water. So around the central island of the temple complex is water. There's a moat. And guess how deep this moat is? Guess how deep? If you fell into that, guess how deep that went down? 15 meters. This goes down. They did seismic scans of the area and found that it goes down at least 15 meters. Not only that, the central island is hollow. So that shows that it could maybe have chambers. Can't say for certain because no one's been inside because it's full of water. But what's going on here? Here's a diagram to show what I mean. I was that little person standing up there next to the huge megalithic pillars. I was standing on top of a huge 15-meter granite island, potentially with a chamber inside. There is 15-meter pure drop of moat, and then the side walls is 15 meters of walls going right into the ground, equivalent to a 5-story building. Now, this is where it starts to get really insane. The scientists were like, well, where does it stop? Where's the foundation that the building complex was built on? Turns out doesn't have one. It is literally plugged in and resting on 900 meters of water-impregnated sand. And so before you get to anything remotely solid, it's 900 meters. Now, we only rediscovered the Osirian in the late 1800s, and they only started to really try and excavate it around the 1920s. And one of the first things they tried to do was get rid of the water so they could see how deep it went and check it all out. Only they couldn't, because the water in the Osirian is completely unpumpable. They have been trying to pump out the water since the 1920s, and even with modern equipment that could pump out like 500 gallons a minute, they cannot get the water out of this site. It just keeps refilling because it is sitting on 900 meters of water impregnated sand, which is coming up from a natural aquifer, not the Nile. So when they tested the water in the Osirian, they found out that it categorically is not coming from the River Nile or any other local canal or river. It is a very specific type of aquifer water on this site, which is probably why the ancient people knew this for a reason. They built this whole complex for a reason, because of the water. But if you cannot pump the water out, it brings into question, how the hell did they build the temple? Please, if anyone has a good theory about this, because it keeps me up at night. But literally, you can't use any of the modern methods of sandbagging or pumping out the water because you cannot redirect the aquifer. It keeps just refilling up. So how did they get to build the wall 15 meters down and the chamber and line up the precision. Like, how did they do it? But also, why? What is this whole site for? Does the water do magic? Well, I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but one of the dudes who has been excavating and researching this site like since the 80s, he decided once they tested the water and found out that it was not Nile water, it wasn't wastewater, it wasn't coming from anywhere else but deep within the earth, and it was safe to drink. Bit dirty, but safe to drink. So he decided he was going to do his own experiment for his own entertainment, and he was going to drink as much of the Assyrian water as he possibly could. And he said he drank gallons of the stuff. Obviously, he filtered it first, but anyway. And again, this guy is a legit scientist, and he claims openly on his YouTube channel that after he drank gallons and gallons of this water, he didn't notice anything, apart from when he went to have his eyes retested for his driving license, because he's always worn glasses and always had bad eyesight. He now has 20/20 vision, and he can't say it's because of the water, but he can't think of anything else that changed leading up to the change in his eyesight. Does the Assyrian water have healing properties or some sort of something? We don't know. Now, whether or not the Assyrian water fixes your eyesight is yet to be investigated properly. But one thing that was with quantifiable data is the thermodynamic properties of the Assyrian water. It is being heated by a source that they cannot find. They're not sure why. It is also displaying some really weird results. They did multiple tests, repeated tests, and they found that it appears to not stick to the rules of the laws of thermodynamics. For example, heat cannot pass through a cold body and like retain its heat, yet the Assyrian water was able to do this when flowed through various apparatus. So there is a huge question mark in working out why it is appearing to betray the laws of thermodynamics. I'm going to have to make a part 2 on this site because there is so much more to why this site is bizarre and the big question of could it be ridiculously old. So I'm going to do a part 2.
Bro, I'm feeling like this is 100% ridiculously old. I feel like this Assyrian area and even the temple that they put in this place was well before the pyramids, right? I think even this technology that she's talking about had to have been something that we can't even fathom. I know she's like, hey, there's water impregnated sand and there's no real foundation that this temple is sitting on, and this water moats are so deep. I'm like, bro, what if the water was like a way to bring in water from the area so they could use it to cool something else or do other things with the water? And even the water, you find out later, the scientists drinking it, it got healing properties. I'm not feeling the healing properties from the water. Maybe. Teddy, it's the fountain of youth. The scientists found it, Teddy. No, stop it. Maybe he fixed it from looking at the sun. You know, we've seen all these guys, and maybe it's just you pure natural healing. Your eyesight gets better because you somehow ate the right things. Who knows? You know, I'm a little skeptical on whether the water healed him or not, but I do feel there are benefits in water quality, and it does matter. But it sounds like this water is coming from deep within the earth, and it has been there for a long time. I feel like, yeah, we should 100% look more into it. Get some scuba divers down there. What the hell are you doing? Come on now, Egyptologists. What are you doing? Yeah, let's start investigating our own planet before we start looking at space. I'm already feeling like space is fake. We can't break through the inner orbit anyway, inner Earth orbit. So, yeah, this lady's hitting on some good points. I definitely would be intrigued on a part 2. Seems interesting. Let's keep it going.
Who owns CNBC, Fox, CNN. At the top of the shareholder list, you have Vanguard and BlackRock. Then you look at Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, who are the top shareholders, Vanguard and BlackRock. Now you look at the flight companies, who are the top shareholders, Vanguard, BlackRock. You look at the food, okay, who are the top shareholders of all this junk food? Vanguard and BlackRock. So it's this ecosystem of how to print butterflies out of thin air. So the media is controlled, the food is controlled, the narrative is controlled, transportation is controlled. Who owns Meta? Google. They're pushing the same narrative the media is pushing. Oh, it's the same company. It's BlackRock. It's Vanguard. Profit-driven companies.
BlackRock, Vanguard, Citadel, they own all the assets that run this entire nation. There is only a 1% elite controlling family, and they're literally created a system where they can constantly benefit from us. They are set for generations upon generations. That wealth is forever fulfilling for them, and anytime the wealth is stopped on one area, they find a way to get that same wealth in a different area. These guys are smart. The whole system is against us. The food is against us. Our houses are against us. The taxes are against us. Literally a system built by the elites, and we're falling for it. I love this guy. Why am I getting showed this guy? I love this. All right, let's...
Don't read all the things written about me. I wasn't aware that the world thought I was so weird and bizarre. But when you grow up, as I did, in front of 100 million people since the age of 5, you're automatically different. My childhood was completely taken away from me. There was no Christmas, there was no birthdays. It was not a normal childhood. No normal pleasures of childhood. Those were exchanged for hard work, struggle, and pain, and eventual material and professional success. But as an awful price, I cannot recreate that part of my life. And that's why I love children and learn so much from being around them. I realize the world's problems today, from the inner city crime to large-scale wars and terrorism and our overcrowded prisons, are a result of the fact that children have had their childhood stolen from them. The magic, the wonder, the mystery, and the innocence of a child's heart are the seeds of creativity that will heal the world.
Oh my god, and people have such mixed reviews with MJ. Oh my god, don't come after me. I know there's a bunch of people that are like, yes, he did these things, and there's a bunch of people that are not in that same thing, that don't claim he did those things and it was all made up. Regardless of where you lay in the spectrum again. Teddy, why do you keep saying spectrum? What are you trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. You stop it. You stop it, crazy Teddy. Every time. But MJ definitely is a true thing, you know, and I've seen this even with child artists where their entire thing is just showcased on public, and they're like, can never get some privacy time. They lose that childhood sentiment, the childhood activities, the playing, you know, they lose these things, and it's something that he is now fond of because he didn't have that, and maybe that's why he was reminiscing into the things, or maybe that's a great cover story for him to do even more crazy things. Teddy, wake up! Epstein Island, Teddy, Epstein Island, he had it here. Oh my god, crazy Teddy, I'm a person that understands the music. I'm not trying to go with the character here, but it is interesting to think about. Yeah, this is a weird place to end this, but yeah. My own daughter is, I'm so glad she can have all this fun. The goons keep coming at me. They're like, Teddy, stop showing your daughter on the videos. I'm like, buddy, you think I planned this? You think Tyra, come up here and so I can show all the goons what's going on? No, she wakes up, she comes up here, she wants to see me while I'm recording. It's hard. It's hard recording when you have a kid, buddies. I'm not trying to prevent her from... She can do whatever she wants, but at the same time, there are some restrictions. You know, I understand there's a lot of crazies out there. They say weird things. They insinuate different things, and I can't stop them. I can't stop the AI. I can't stop the creeps, you know. There's always going to be creeps. And MJ went through the same thing, you know. People creeped on him when he was a kid as well, just like we found about Justin Bieber and other child actors like Drake, from Drake and Josh, and there's so many, like the Victorious people, iCarly, literally all the Dan Schneider things. Regardless. A lot of regardless today. A lot of morbid. A lot of therapy today, Teddy. What is going on, buddy? Let's go back to the strange and weird. Algorithms definitely showing you some interesting things. We're going to find some more things hopefully the next time. I hope I see you goons again. Please consider supporting the channel. I need members now more than ever. That's what they're telling me. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you. Trying to see. Am I forgetting anything? No, I think that is pretty much it. Stay safe, stay strong, and goodbye.